And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game of the night. It is France versus Turkey. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and joining me is Mitch. Mitch Kaplan.
It's
because you've got so buff these days.
Anyways, yeah, France versus Turkey.
Kaplan, yes. France versus Turkey. Yeah, let's get straight into the game because it's going to be Hollywood to start with. If you guys have been watching the whole way through, it is, of course, the same map pool all the way through of maps. Hollywood into Hanamura, into Gibraltar, into King's Row, and finally Ilios if we get there. Of course, we've only seen 2 3-0s tonight, so congratulations to both Russia and Finland for qualifying through already to the BlizzCon World Cup Finals. France and Turkey, though. This could be a closer game.
I hope so. I definitely hope so for the sake of every viewer out there. Especially France and Turkey, both extremely huge regions, and definitely all have a good chance when it comes to representing their own region when it comes to BlizzCon. But in the meantime, let's go with the last for you guys at home who want to know a little bit more about these teams. For Turkey, we have Cyric, Zinger, Hex, Rebellious, Alfred, and Subsidian. And for France, you recognize quite a few names here. Degun, AlphaCast, Nox, Crew, Mikolo, and Kitty. And you got to give credit to Kitty and Mikolo. It's really hard to kind of go up against or to go play with these players who are 3 of them on pro teams and some of them the best teams in Europe and to adapt and play well. And she's done just that.
What about Alpha, man? I mean, he's adapting.
Well,
that was aggressive. That was very aggressive. We're going straight into it, and that's crazy aggressive stuff from France there. They just went piling around the corner. Not sure on the charge there, coming out from Rebellious on the Reinhardt there. A little too aggressive when piling through, lost himself. So the Reinhardt going down that early is probably less than ideal. Let's see if they can hold the point. Doesn't look like Turkey are going to be able to defend this one. So France, for the first time on the aggressive team, we're going to see a team actually push through on Hollywood, because we've not seen that so far today, have we? It's just been all done on the first point.
Well, so far France, I mean, there's going to be contested for now, but they're just picking up kills left and right, and they're going to take that first point extremely quickly on the first attack. And keep in mind, guys, Nox, he actually is a support player for Rogue, but now he's playing tank. Crew playing flex role like he typically does, and Degun, I don't even know what the hell he plays anymore, because he was Pharah and DPS at one point, then he played support, and then he's back on DPS and flex, and now with Moon out leaving Melty, he could be tank, I don't know. But he's a damn good player, and so far France haven't really been stopped. They haven't really been held up or even seen a good defense out of Turkey just yet.
Well, Turkey haven't really put a high presence on this high ground. They've kind of gone up there, but as you can see, it's Hex on the Ana. It's not really going to work out too well, trying to get around the side. They're kind of hitting him from every angle. Let's see if it works out. They're going to try and dive in there. Again, very aggressive stuff. You can see the tank diving in the Rebellious. Does survive this time around, but still no kills going that way. France backed away, and then you see the Hanzo strike getting straight in there. Degun lands himself the kill. There's going to be the follow-on from Kitty, and suddenly Turkey falling once again. Caught in the saloon.
And Nox is somehow able to stay alive from that one. I mean, the biotic grenades coming in have done a hell of a lot of work on the France, but they were able to actually survive somehow throughout all of that. Even with the nano boost coming through, Miklo's going to take a quick napper as Nox goes straight in with Crew. And yeah, he's going to hit Alfred. That's going to be a quick kill. But look at Zinger. He's got Death Blossom available. He's on the high ground. He's going to drop straight in, and there's nothing to really stop him.
Gets himself a double. Can he get any more? There's going to be the rest of the team to follow on. Nicely timed as Rebellious comes back out, and Nox finds himself all alone suddenly. The payload made a hell of a distance, though. Still plenty of time. 4 minutes on the clock, but that was a good initial pop. That's the first time we've seen France stopped by Turkey, and it is in a dangerous position. Just this corner around the saloon, we've seen a lot of teams holding on this ground.
Yeah, and it looks like France are more than happy to continue to play with Degun on Hans to give the information, try to get this high ground control. He's trying to take down Cyric here, who does have Pulse Bomb available, but he's going to back away. And I think one thing we're seeing between both teams is a limit in hero pool, at least for, a limit in hero pool for maybe Cyric and Zinger and Mikolo in particular. Make you hungry.
Zinger.
Oh, from KFC.
Stop starving.
Gratis is going to come through. Earthshatter as well. Earthshatter looks like it had missed,
that was a nice
but that's
combo.
A clean wipe.
Yeah, that was a very nice combo coming out there. So Turkey holds strong.
They used 4 ults though. See, this is something you'll see you need to see not happen when it comes to the top tier teams. You didn't need to use all 4 ultimates there. For instance, you didn't need the Reinhardt Earthshatter with the nano boost necessarily, because there's I mean the Transcendence wasn't even there. France didn't have one. Degun now is switched to support. So you could have actually just used the Graviton Surge and a Pulse Bomb, or the Graviton Surge and the Reaper alone to actually clean up the entire mid team. So they ended up using 4 ultimates when maybe they needed 2 max, and now France has ult advantage pushing back into this.
Well, Mikelau's going to come around. If he can land one of those big hooks, maybe. Zinger was the man that turned it around for them last time. Dropped down with that Death Blossom. He's going to try and do it again. You can see him hopping around the corner. Needs to hop up and over. This time he drops the Death Blossom, but he gets booped away straight away, and it doesn't work out. Hex and Cyric already been taken down. I saw the Reinhardt getting dropped as well, and that is going to be the payload hitting his marker. I don't think there's anything Turkey can do to slow this down.
I don't think so at all. Mikelau with the big play, though. Using that whole hog to actually knock away Zinger, plus taking away that Zarya shield as quick as they could to actually prevent him from picking up kills like he did before to actually halt this payload. And Mikelau doing a fantastic job. Roadhog even a nice hook in as well. Takes Rebellious to his death. And Turkey, they're going to try to contest it again, but France, they just don't seem to be pushed.
No, they've lost too much just coming through. There's the payload marker being hit, and the time extends. 3:42 is all that remains. Plenty of time for France here to try and close out and maybe see the first finish here. That's a big charge coming out of Nox. He manages to make it work, gets himself a double on Hex and Subsidome. That is tragic, and Turkey are in trouble now because that payload's going to be right on the marker before they get the respawns.
Thing is, no, not even that. The payload's so far back. They're just so far forward fighting. They're only leaving one man back, and the payload actually contest it. They just want blood. They want to just pound this one into Turkey and prevent them from even having a chance to actually contest at this corner. Finally, they're going to back off, but not before they build up 4 big ults.
It's going to be, I think, at the slope. Okay, here we go. It's going to come around the corner. Before they get around the corner, you can see there's a Winston. Alfred just off on the side, looking to get in there. Crew's got himself his Graviton Surge ready and waiting to go. Just look for the perfect time for that one. They're all going to stack up. It's going to try and run on through. Graviton Surge kind of a whiff there. Only caught the one in there. That was just the Lucio he managed to take down, but the payload continuing to move. The nano boost on the Reinhardt, not really getting a great deal. Rebellious just gets himself one from there. There's the Death Blossom coming in. Zinger gets himself a double with that. That worked out well, but the payload still continues to chug forward for France.
Yeah, Tracer's going to come in to stall, and actually it's going to buy a lot of time for Turkey that France cannot complete on this push. Assuming they keep one man on the payload here, they actually got a lot more distance when it really didn't need to, but somehow Crew's just not being dealt with. He's at 100 energy. He has 60% ult already when he just ults in this last fight alone.
Yeah, he started that fight. Cyric finally gets in there with a pulse bomb, decides to deal with him at last. There's going to be the ice wall going down. That will separate the two teams off. They did manage to pick out the tank there as well, so it worked out well. Mikelau getting dropped down eventually. Nox, sorry. So Turkey finally buy themselves a bit of time, a bit of a reprieve. They've got no ultis though, unfortunately, building up to this one, and they're not that close. They're going to have Primal Rage. Subsidome on the Lucio may get sound barrier before the fight engages if they can prolong it a little bit longer, but you can see Alpha's already ready waiting to push this one through.
The danger is they have no shields though. They have nothing to stop an Earth Shatter from Nox, which is a complete team fight win for potentially them.
Yeah, Alfred managed to get around the back there. That got himself the kill on the support, but it was only Hex going down, and now you can see it's a red kill feed. Unfortunately, France going to push on through. Not the red that Turkey would like to see representing their country. Trying to push on through to BlizzCon at the moment. AlphaCast, he's trying to punch on the Tracer. It's just not working.
Yeah, and the only time Lucer's just trying to hold on to Obsidian. He's going to fall. Zinger and Cyric, the last two alive. Cyric's just trying to stall with the Blizzard on the payload. It's actually going to catch up Nox for a split second there. He will get frozen up, and he will fall here. Mikelau towards the back, though, able to help pick up a kill on the Hex, and it just seems like France, they're just able to push this payload across, even though they're still picking up quite a few kills here. Actually, this whole hog's going to be huge.
It's a little awkward. Oh, the whole hog paired with the Graviton Surge is enough, and that is going to be France closing out a time just about in the end there as soon as Rebellious came in. Cyric getting picked off. So, it was, I think, what's that, 6:55 was that, or 7?
I just say 54 seconds left.
Switching sides.
Yeah.
I take the cop out. Yeah, 54 seconds left.
Cheating, yeah.
But Turkey. So I talked about hero pool limits, and seeing Cyric. I mean, okay. So to be honest, I don't really personally know much about Turkey. I don't know about you. We did send out surveys to the teams, so we had some actually to talk about, or some stuff to talk about for the teams. But seeing a Tracer on defense like that is a little bit rough. He had a couple of good pulse bombs towards the end, but someone like McCree. They did have a Reaper, maybe like a Genji mixed in there. Even Pharah, especially in the second phase when they didn't have a McCree on France's side, would be a little bit more favorable for him. And I wonder if this is kind of a sign of maybe they have a limited hero pool. Because I can even say the same for France. I know Mikelau in particular, he's been playing Roadhog every single game, except when France played against Norway just the other day, because they want to confirm their first seed, or at least try to get that first seed. They actually put him on Reaper and allowed someone else to actually pick up. Actually, sorry, Mikelau plays Zarya and Roadhog, and they allowed Crew to play Zarya when he was previously playing DPS, like McCree and Genji. So they kind of forced him onto a role he wasn't necessarily 100% comfortable with, and it showed. But you have 5 solid players on the rest of France who have a deeper pool. Kitty can play pretty much any support. AlphaCast has been playing Lucio the entire time because it's AlphaCast, and there's no reason to not play Lucio with how still good he is. They've even been able to switch like Mercy, like Mercy Lucio, Mercy Zenyatta comps. Turkey though, this is interesting.
Well, we'll see whether they stick with it.
Yeah,
we did see Taimu obviously push with it. I mean, they're not up against the 4 tanks. It's the triple tank, triple support setup, which has kind of become almost the standard these days.
This works if you can prevent Sark from getting pulled because they don't have a Genji to deal with, or Winston. So it's actually not going to be bad. I don't know how Crew and D-Gun and Nox are going to deal with it though in particular.
They're attacking May as well, Zinger. Going to work. Here we go. Sirik's going to come around the side. Let's see if it can work. He's going to try and set himself up around the corner. There we go. Nicely done. Okay, so they use the wall. Surprise! As he tries to mow them down. Manages to get himself Deegan down. Can he work that shield down? You can see he's having to bop around the side, but the problem is they do manage to flank around. Now they're going to try and push around. Rebellious goes for the pin. Zinger gets picked up by Nox inside there, but this gun is still running from Cyrex. Unfortunately, the rest of his team who pushed out got taken down, and he's kind of all alone. Oh, and then the hook comes through, and Sirik will go down. So it almost worked for them. It was, you could see the plan. It was a clever plan with the May wall setting up the Bastion.
The problem was, actually, no, I mean, it was good. The problem is, I don't like that in a room. If they did it out in the open, it'd be a lot better because it's a lot harder to charge someone in this position.
Where Rebellious is now, if they'd set up a diagonal wall and set up behind that, it'd be perfect.
And actually, Nox, he got Zarya shielded, and they charged Zinger. He hit the May on accident.
Yeah, that was a good catch from Rebellious, and this looks like the first point is going to get captured out. You can see Rebellious swing, and Hammer is striking many French members, and that is going to be a clean capture of the first objective. So, payload is underway. This is, as we mentioned, going to be a much closer game. We suspected it coming in. So 5 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. Now, France gets snarled up quite a bit around the saloon. Let's see if Turkey can go one better.
Well, Turkey has no high ground control other than Alfred, unless Zinger wants to teleport up. Same for France, though. They don't really have anyone with high ground control, so it's not really too big of a deal for them not having to fight on 2 different planes. And France is more about, let's just defend this choke point. Because if you defend right now and you win, you hold them for a lot of extra time. But if you lose, you still have the chance to reinforce this next checkpoint anyway, so it's not a big loss.
Yeah, well, there's the Graviton Surge coming through. Not a great deal of follow-on from it. It is going to be Zinger backing away. He gets Deegan down. Kitty's trying his best to work something here. You can see Nox just going to have to dodge out of that pulse bomb, but Sirik caught him, and he didn't get away. Sticking on him a little too much there. And this is a dangerous fight for France here, because if they lose this, it's going to give Turkey a hell of a lot of ground. You can see the payload continuing to move while they're trying to push forward.
Well, the reason to fight there is because you still have a second chance. But this fight's just been so extended and so long, I'm not really sure who's technically winning it.
Totally, where is he? He's like round the back.
He's in their spawn practically. But he's been able to, the thing is, he pulled 2 people back, which means that's like extra time they're going to use to stall,
Deegan's
as long as they were
back in
contesting
position,
the payload.
etc. Yeah. Nox is back alive. Remember, he got caught with the sticky bomb, but payload is now at the saloon. And of course, going to get a chance to push on here. Where's Zinger, I wonder? Because he's got his Death Blossom ready and waiting to go. I reckon he might be. There we go. There's going to be Alfred pounding in there. Transcendence comes out. That's forced out. Now, that may be looking towards Zinger. He's going to be the man that could drop down. As soon as that Transcendence finishes off, he could come down there. Nox gets caught with the Earth Shatter, gets hammered down, but the rest of France compiling in support. Zinger, Alfred, Subsidum, all getting picked off. Rebellious, the last man standing. They're getting forced away from the payload. And exactly the same position that France get caught. Turkey have the same issue.
See, what I like and dislike about Turkey's comp, I like the fact that they have the potential to get these like individual kills against this 3-0-3 comp that France is using, like the Pulse Bomb or Zinger's in a good position, gets a good Death Blossom off. Only problem is they don't have a hero to make these plays happen. They don't have a Zarya to pull people in for the Pulse Bomb and Death Blossom to do work. They're hoping to depend on Rebellious to hit a good Earth Shatter to allow these plays to happen. It's a little hard to make it actually work, but let's see if it can.
Well, Sirik manages to get himself one. Zinger with the Death Blossom does get himself a kill. It's replied by Nox, though, but the rest of France do fall. It is just a couple remaining. Zinger going off with the guns, and he will manage to get himself a 4K in the end. So Turkey will roll on through. Now with the clock pretty much in their favor, it is Turkey's to win, I think, now.
And honestly, that was Zinger taking advantage of France's lack of concentration and lack of high ground control, because he went up there 3 times now on attack and defense and was not punished. And he was able to drop on and get Death Blossoms off. So that's just France making a big mistake, but more importantly, Zinger taking advantage of that.
Sirik just got caught with the fire strike there from Nox. That's not what you should be happening. It's a pretty slow-moving projectile. It's not the fastest, but certainly not the slowest either. Alfred trying to go off there with the Primal Rage. He's getting forced away. Earthstrike comes down as Shatter. Bit of a mix. Well, you saw the Fire Strike as well, so kind of did a bit of both there, Nox. But doesn't really manage to catch too much. So while Turkey did have themselves a decent time pushing through into this payload marker, they've totally been stopped dead here.
Yeah, but I mean, so was France though towards the end, right? Like France did take this initial part here into the second or into the final
aggressive,
point.
yeah, but the payload didn't move much.
Yeah, exactly, because they left one person on it. So both teams are having a little bit of problems when it comes to this position. We're seeing Miklo and Reaper, so they shied away from the 3-3 comp, or the 3-0-3 comp, to have Miklo go some extra damage in this tight kind of area. But that pulse bomb is going to do work. It actually catches onto Miklo.
Sirik and Hex getting themselves kills. Now they're going to push it around the side there. It's going to work very much for Turkey. Now this is dangerous for France because while they were going aggressive, it's backfiring. Alfred's getting work. Tesla Cannon doing some serious damage. And now they can push up and go aggressive. But they are keeping 2-3 people on the payload. So they're going to move it much faster up to the payload doors.
Yeah, and Turkey, I mean, the thing is they have to complete now. Just getting this far is not going to do enough when they have a time big on the side of France. If they cannot complete, they're obviously going to be able to actually be losing this first map in the best of 5. Zinger getting caught out a little bit. It's being forced back here, and a sound barrier being used defensively out of France to push in.
Well, here we go. They're going to try and push around the side. You can see Zinger holding on to that Death Blossom, but it's Miklau's Death Blossom that goes off first. He gets himself the kill on his opposite number, and that is France holding strong. 2 minutes 16 on the clock and counting. Remember, 54 seconds in the time bank for France. Are Turkey able to close this one off? France used just about everything they had there. Nox is going to have a Shatter. Cruz not far away from the Graviton Surge either.
See, I would actually like Alfred to switch over to Zarya here.
Yeah,
because the Winston, well, there's a Reaper in the enemy team to kill him. And who are you diving with? Like, you don't have a Genji to assist with. You have Cyric and Zinger. So maybe Cyric can actually be the one to go with you. But Cyric getting caught out by just one stray Fire Strike or something could completely end his life.
Yeah, Zinger trying to be stealthy there, try and sneak around the side. The Earth Shatter catches them down. Nicely done from Nox there, perfectly timed. Zinger does manage to get himself through. They're held up beautifully with the shields, and the Graviton Surge doesn't gain anything for France there. There's an Earth Shatter coming out for Rebellious. The pen goes down. Transcendence comes out. Rebellious comes back in to start swinging, but that's going to be Deegan's Transcendence countering that. The damage back and forth. Miklau manages to get himself on as Sirik comes out on top. If Turkey can win this fight, and it looks like they might. They should be able to take the map, but it's so close, Jason.
They're still keeping people on the payload. Miklau's still going to be there. Kitty's even switch over to Tracer, wait for the Ana just to contest as long as they possibly can, take as much time off of Turkey's clock as they can, but it just seems like the kill feed's all blue.
1 minute 7 seconds and counting. Nox back in there, the Earth Shatter's huge! He manages to catch them, sweep them off the payload. Sirik manages to get himself a kill around the back as they get the respawns back in there. The Diva comes through, the Tracer comes through. Is it enough as Rebellious continues to swing the hammer around the site? He doesn't catch anything with his Earth Shatter of his own, but it's still a very blue kill feed. France just getting blown away from the point. Crew just crouched around the side there. They finally will close it out, but it is a 40-second time bank time in the end for Turkey. Very close matchup between these two teams.
All right, so France. Is that a minute 14 I saw? I thought it was 54 seconds.
Yeah, but because the difference pushed it up.
So there you go. Minute 14 for France, a minute for Turkey. And Turkey will be on the attack yet again. And France had not an amazing hold initially. It was a decent. It was better than Turkey did on the first point. But I still feel confident that Turkey can capture the point on the first try again, or at least within that minute time. And then they have the overtime to work with to get the payload as far as they can. And then France only has to worry about actually getting them off the payload once altogether to stop their distance.
Yeah, I mean, France took it in the first attack. Turkey took it in the second attack. So we'll see. Both had a pretty miserable defensive time, basically, is what we're saying. So we'll see whether they can improve on this one, especially after we've seen, obviously, the Norway-Russia game earlier on. Hearthstone wrecked right there. Finland-Benelux, both teams holding solid defensive lines here on Hollywood. Very hard initial point to capture, but we'll see, we'll see. Okay, any adjustments being made for France here? Yes, they've gone with the Reaper, Deegan.
Yeah, so they're not going 3-0-3, they're going 3-1-2. So they're allowing Kitty to play still on Ana. Alpha Cast, I don't think I've ever seen him play anything but Lucio so far in the entire tournament. But that's just me giving him some crap since we do work together.
You will play Lucio.
Nox is like, you will play Lucio and you will like it.
I've had to do it, now you feel the pain.
Exactly.
But here we go, Turkey on the attack. Let's see if they can do it. They had a pretty successful attack. They haven't gone with the Bastion this time around. The hook's actually available there. Mikolau didn't go for it. He saw the shield go down from Rebellious, and that shield getting dropped very low already here. Fire Strike comes back out from Nox, tries to catch him around the side. Alfred getting singled out here. Rebellious goes in. The hook lands in the back. Doesn't manage to get himself the kill as he gets knocked down on his ass by the Hex there with the sleep dart. Rebellious does get himself a kill. This is looking good for Turkey, but France holds strong.
Oh, they don't really have much left to actually defend with, but there's only 20 seconds left on the clock for Turkey. As you can see, Alfred towards the high ground, actually getting healed up by Anna still here by Hex, who's going to have the nano boost, uses it onto him, but he has 90 HP, 30 HP left. No one is attacking him. He could have fallen.
He's back up to 295. They managed to get him back alive. Kitty gets picked up around the side, and as you said, Alfred, he really should have fallen there. They do have themselves into overtime, but I think they may well just do it. France come back out. Now they get clustered in the doorway of the Goldshire Saloon there. They will get taken down. The Graviton Surge comes out of all things. Deegan comes around, gets himself a Death Blossom. He gets sticky bombed. He manages to survive, and France look like they've held on the initial point. Incredible, incredible comeback. It looked like they lost the point, but France come out of nowhere.
Alpha. All right, I've given you some crap, but that was a great sound barrier coming in because Deegan was for sure dead by that pulse bomb, which was stuck to him.
Yeah.
But the sound barrier came in at the right time to keep him healthy and to not fall and to allow that Death Blossom to fully get off. So well done by France to defend the first point. And now Turkey, the pressure's on them. They have to hold first point for 1:14 to give this into put this into a draw, which we technically can still have draws.
We can have draws. We can have draws throughout this best of 5.
Neither team is credited a point, and we technically can have a tie in the entire series as well. So we'll get to that bridge if we ever do cross it. But France are looking for a strong first take, and if they're running triple tank again, which I'm assuming they're going to be doing, well, yeah, they are doing. Kitty, they're going to be looking for Kitty to get that nano boost up.
So Cyric's going on the defense on Tracer once again. This is something we were talking about earlier on.
They haven't switched heroes, I don't think, at all, except Zinger did go Mei once, and Cyric did go Bastion once on the initial attack on the first try. Yeah, so like I was saying, maybe a limit in hero pools, maybe a limit in practice, because Zarya is ridiculously strong. She's probably been one of the strongest heroes in the game ever since it came out.
Yeah.
If you know how to play her correctly,
there's no question, I don't think, for that. He's one of the heroes that, when I originally played it, I was just like, this makes no sense to me. And then you realize, obviously, you build up your charge on the shields, and you're suddenly like, oh, that's why I'm doing no damage.
Yeah, that's everyone in the first try. It's like, why am I not doing anything? Looks like the stream that we're pulling this off of is actually having a little bit of issues. Hopefully it doesn't happen too much longer, though. Maybe we'll restart in between maps.
We've only got 1 minute, 10 seconds to go, so I hope it doesn't happen in this time, because France are on the attack. They're using a Hanzo here. Deegan, it's what he used on the initial attack, and he gets himself that vision that he needed. Gets a quick glimpse. The shot doesn't quite land onto Zinger. It forces him back, though. But the problem is, Deegan, on these arrows, they can work the shield down so heavily. There's Cyrix trying to dive around the back. Doesn't manage to catch himself the shot. The ricochet doesn't quite take him down either. Doesn't quite connect. But they are taking... Oh, no! There's the headshot they needed. That's Deegan. Gonna mention the land onto Zinger. They're going to push around the side. But Alfred manages to get himself a kill on Kitty as they try and push in. That is Rebellious down. That is the Reinhardt out of the picture. And that is a big deal as Deegan lands a mid-air headshot once again onto Cyric. Brilliant stuff. It looks like France may well have just done it, taking Hollywood.
What the hell, Deegan, was that? That was insane! And there's going to be a last chance on a Zinger to contest it in Wraith form. He's going to be knocked off. And that is France taking the first map. Oh, dear Lord. That's going to be on Reddit.
That's a pretty damn good
That
game.
was almost as good as, was it Zaf during like the Atlantic Showdown?
Yeah.
He had like a 4K with Hanzo on entry on Hollywood as well. Oh, man.
Oh, Deegan. You know, probably proving why, you know, he plays Zenyatta a lot. He's pretty accurate.
The thing with Hanzo is that you have the potential to one-shot someone from across the map. You have the potential to do more damage than anyone else can do. Maybe like Widowmaker's the only one that can really do it on a single shot. And you see right there how impactful it can be. You got an initial pick onto Zinger, onto the Reaper, kills Alfred, kills Cyric, and it's like, all right, we got the point, boys. Insane.
And he doesn't get play of the game.
Yeah. Well, he got the play of the game in my heart.
Yeah,
all right.
I think we're happy with the play of the game at least, that's for sure. So, France take it 1-0 so far. Best of 5, plenty of maps to go. Hanamura will be next, but I think you just saw how close these two teams actually are.
Yep.
Incredible stuff. So, Turkey, I don't think they're going to be too upset about that one. Well, and they will be upset in the fashion that they lost it, but this happens. Obviously, the biggest part there, we were watching it, thanks to observers for catching it for us, was the fact that the Hanzo, obviously, A, gives them the vision, and then B, caught that headshot on the Reaper on Zinger. Zinger up top. Took him out of it. Boom.
The thing is, it
time.
took a Reaper it took a Reaper out of a fight when you have triple tank.
Yeah.
Like, that is probably like one of the biggest kills you can actually get. Also, you saw when Saurik went in on Tracer, he dropped down from the high ground, right? He was trying to annoy the tanks. Where was D-Gun looking? At the high ground where he was going to rewind back up to, waiting for the shot. And he actually almost hit the scatter arrow to open that one up with. Instead, he hit Zinger in the head, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be happy nonetheless. But insane. Awesome to see D-Gun playing Hanzo.
So, okay. Let's talk about Hanamura now, because we've seen both teams, both Finland and Russia, competing on this one. They've already qualified now. We're seeing France-Turkey, much closer affair.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've seen a whole bunch of different team comps. Pretty much confident May's going to be used, almost certainly.
Pretty
it has
sure.
been in almost every team comp so far.
So when we saw Turkey using it, it was Zinger who used May, and it was Saurik who played Bastion, right? A May Tracer is like not good on first point Hanamura because of the whole, well, depending on where you're going in from, the building control. Because she obviously can't get onto high ground, which is really difficult. That's where you'd see like maybe a Genji on defense or just like a McCree or something. I don't know what Turkey's going to defend with, and it looks like from what I can see, they initially will be defending first on this map. It's going to be tough. Thing is, I see this game as either being one team finishing and one team not actually at the first point, or it's going to be both teams finishing, and it's going to go on for a little bit of time.
It's one of those maps, because we saw it with Norway. They so nearly held Russia out. It got down to, 5 seconds. I think they were just about to dribble into overtime. And then they kind of threw too much at it to defend, and then they flipped and lost it so fast. I didn't actually write it down, but I know it was like 350 in the end or something like that.
Yeah, it was like
because they almost just went straight in there. Yeah, the last guy stayed in there.
You shouldn't ever fight a second time like that.
They've got to make sure that doesn't happen. And whereas, you know, you've just got to accept that if you're going to lose that first point, set yourself up, get yourself ready.
Yeah,
are we going to see what I want to talk about, are we going to see a Fire of Mercy? Because we have seen it starting to come into play a little bit.
It's out of France.
Yeah.
So D-Gun and Kitty have played Fire of Mercy quite a few times in qualifiers in their matches. I don't know if we're going to see it necessarily. I mean, it wouldn't be bad, because do we see a McCree on Turkey's side? No, we haven't seen a single McCree or a soldier. So it's not terrible to actually use, especially on a point like this, sort of map like Capture Point. It's just whether or not, I guess, France feel like they need to.
Yeah. Well, looks like the game is about to start.
Yep. So and they actually swap sides too.
Let's get Hanamura on your screens. Oh, they did switch in the end. So France are on the defense to start with. Ah, yes, they did. So that's going to catch you out, isn't it? So now you have to go and do your production part. But yes, France starting out on defense. It would have been Turkey's choice, the loser's map choice, whether they attack or defend, so they will be on the attacking team. France, though, 1-0 up after such a tight first match. Which match would you play there of the arcade machines? Would it be Space Invaders?
Wait, you're talking about like in Overwatch arcade machines or in general arcade machines?
In general arcade machines.
So there used to be this game. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Area 51. And it was like a shooter game. We had like a actual toy gun to play with.
Yeah, you'd aim it at the screen.
It was like Time Splitter.
Yep.
And it was such a sick game, but I was always terrible at it. And then also Cruise in the World. Oh, what was it called? Cruise in the USA, but it was like Cruise in the World. And you were like in a driving.
Is that like Outburn type game? Outrun.
I don't think so.
Cruise in the USA. I'm pretty sure it's Outrun.
Yeah, Cruise in the World. It's like just driving game that was like so sick. It was great.
Oh, okay. Looks similar to like Outrun type thing. Yeah.
You? What about you? Games. Are we talking like?
See.
Are we talking Donkey Kong? Like
no. Sorry. I mean, no. Obviously, I did play those in the arcade. I am old enough, but probably things. Oh, we're back. We're back in the lobby.
Looks like so disconnected.
Back in the lobby, boys.
Yeah.
Things like it's handy because we can carry on. Probably Gauntlet. Gauntlet was very good as a multiplayer. That was obviously you had a couple of friends around you, all in the little controllers. Gauntlet was good. Street Fighter was always good, of course. Street Fighter was always very good on the arcades, but. I'd probably say Virtual Racing and Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer,
really?
Maybe, yeah. Because you could do it like 8-player, and it was so good.
Okay. My game is... not many people will know this. I don't think you'll know it. It was a Simpsons arcade game where it was like Final Fight. Was it Final Fight? Where you're like on this, like you're on this like not platformer, like a scrolling area. You move left and right, or you move only right technically, and you play as Bart, Homer, Simpson, or Lisa.
Right.
And you had to defeat these bosses. Like at the end, it was Mr. Burns. I can't remember what it was called. But it was like Simpson something. It was like the best game ever. from my childhood at least, because we went to a pizza place and they had free bubblegum, and my pockets would be stuffed with bubblegum when I went home. But
them in there.
It was a great game.
Another one for me, Golden Axe. I don't know if you ever remember that. Golden Axe.
Hold on, let me...
Golden Axe was a cracker. That was a scroller as well. Golden Axe, there you go. You can get it in a 2-player. Brilliant game. This
was an arcade game?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like really similar.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah,
Simpsons
and you get various things, and you can pick up weapons.
It's like Battletoads.
That's what it reminded me.
Actually, that is a Battletoads level. That is 100% the background to a Battletoads level.
Well, I wouldn't say it's Battletoads level because Golden Axe would have been first. It's probably
okay. Well, the Battletoads
used
took
the Golden Axe level. Yeah.
Anyways,
exactly.
Game's
anyway,
ready.
Get back in the game. They're still doing their fancy cinematic stuff. The game hasn't started yet, guys, so don't worry. We're not missing out on anything. But yeah. I'm trying to think of any other top ones that I can think of. There were so many. Like in virtual tennis, like I absolutely loved virtual tennis. I was so good at that game.
There was like a Jurassic World game.
I got such a good value for money on that game. You like put 50p in at the time, which would probably be like maybe was it quarters in America? I guess you used quarters, on the thing. So it actually cost more for us. Damn it, we got robbed. We had to put 50p in for a game.
Come on, Kitty!
Seriously, another guy goes. I'm just going to be
Kitty again.
I'm in relax mode, guys. I'm in relax mode. The game was about to start. I was giving story time. Things were looking good, but
can you put her feet up on the desk?
So now I need to think of some other games. What other games did you play? Were you a Dance Dance Revolution kid?
Do you know how tall I am?
I know, right? It's awkward.
Seeing
tall man
a 2-meter guy dancing. My arms flailing. Feet. I was never coordinated enough to do that. What other games was there? An arcade that I used to play. Gauntlet was great game. I actually played like that in 64. That was really hard, actually. Can never defeat the first boss.
Gauntlet.
Yeah. Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah, that was a tough game. But you do it 4-player. That was why you'd play Gauntlet.
Yeah, but I didn't have friends, so feels bad, man. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like I didn't really go to arcades that often. Like they were there, but we had this place called Locomotion where I lived, and it was like a big arcade, but it was like an arcade for tickets. So it was like these little games, but not actually
you win
like
tickets and stuff.
Yeah,
and you can play. Yeah,
and I bought a lava lamp with those tickets one time. Sister broke it on my foot, cut myself right. Yeah, huge scar. I can't think of anything.
Good times.
Yeah, it was great times.
Good times.
When she said she didn't do it.
I'm bringing back some real good memories for Jason right now. Games loading up again.
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon.
I never played in the arcade. I played it like
Double
at
Dragon
home.
was good. Yeah, okay. That would have been probably like a. Was it Amiga or was it console time? It was NES.
I think it was NES.
Okay, so early consoles.
Oh gosh, the Ninja Turtle game for NES was the worst thing ever. It was so hard.
Did you ever play a game called Last Ninja? Last Ninja 2?
No.
Last Ninja 2, it was such a hard game. Bearing in mind this was back in like Commodore Amiga games times.
I never played on Commodore.
Was it on the Commodore or was it on the Amiga? I think it was on the Amiga. Last Ninja 2. Man, that game was hard. That was like, because it was one of those games that, I mean, in them days, same with Shadow of the Beast. I don't know if you ever played that. It was another pirate scrolling on. You didn't have save games. You had to do it in one. You just got to complete the game in one.
Like Contra. Was it Contra the same way?
Yeah, there was so many like that. Spy Hunter. That was cracking.
Oh, that was a great game. That was a great game. Even Punch-Out. Good times.
God, I remember the music for everything. So many good games out there.
You ever play Punch-Out?
Punch-Out? Yes, I think so, yeah.
I could never beat Mike Tyson.
No.
I got to Mike Tyson, but I could never beat him.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was unbeatable in his day.
And Zelda. Zelda was hard.
Well, Zelda
2. Link. I think it was called. There was Zelda 1, there was Zelda, and then there's like Link.
I think it was
Zelda
Zelda 1.
Was like the second one.
Zelda 1 was the one I played, and that's what hooked me on Zelda. I haven't actually... There's been not many games like that have ever hooked me as much. And those single-player games, I'm talking. Probably because I got into multiplayer games, etc. from then on. And I've always been a multiplayer game person rather than a single. But anyway, guys, we might actually get a game started. Enough reminiscing. Let's talk about the actual match that's going on. France versus Turkey. Let's see who is going to come out on top. Turkey on the attack.
Turkey switched. So Rebellious switching from Reinhardt over to Zarya, and it looks like Zinger switching.
This is Spy. So good.
Zinger switching from Reaper over to Genji. So they're actually adapting, which is what I like to see. And it's a very aggressive comp. This is a very standard aggressive comp because you could jump directly onto the back line, and you have Tracer and Genji there to help you as Winston.
Fantastic stuff. Alfred, frozen in time, ladies and gentlemen. He will go down, and that is going to be a solid hole from France. A little left click as soon as he comes around the corner there. Crew forcing him away. So, decent attack from Turkey. They started to try and put some time on the marker, but very aggressive push from France here, realizing, okay, go time and back away. Some good calls coming out from, I guess it's Deegan making the calls from France, is it?
I would assume it's Nox, because he's caller for Rogue.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
But he also was caller when he was playing support, so I don't know if he's actually doing it for them. I know Alpha's not doing it.
Alpha's just took a hell of a hit there, just around the corner. They do manage to save him in time there. Deegan trying to get the spray down. Kitty is just about hanging on as well. It's going to get forced away. They can see they're chasing on towards him. Manages to get the shot off and voids nicely on the pulse bomb there. Nox in the end coming out strong. Nanu boosted up there and keeps them off point. But they did manage to lose Mikolau. So now it's a chance for Turkey as they push on point.
Ooh, Crew. Nice Deadeye comes in. I actually take out that Zarya Rebellious, so actually limits a lot of the utility that she offers. Not to mention, they're still trying to find a point, but Lucio's actually really far pushed up here. Not Alpha, sorry, Subsidian.
He's in trouble.
Was looking for something, and Syric comes in for the side on Tracer, pick up the kill. Mikolo's even just trying to respawn. You can see how low people are on point.
And Mikolo got took out for so long. It just shows how far a run it is. And this is going to be Turkey's point now. The Blizzard's going to come out. They've got to be careful they don't commit too much here and they'll get straight flipped up, because this is definitely Turkey taking the point here. You can see Alpha's just trying to buy as much time as he can, but you can't dodge a Tesla cannon. And Turkey will cap out point number 1 in 2 minutes. So not a bad hole for France overall. I don't think we'd be too upset about that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they wanted a little bit longer, but they still had pretty well. And problem is they have no ultimates to actually use to counter Zinger and his Dragon Blade. It comes down to Crew, basically. Crew and Deegan, if they can position themselves correctly, to pretty much prevent him from being really deadly with the Dragon Blade and actually opening up onto this point. Because this could be France quickly losing this point if they can't stop Syric and Zinger.
God, I might be going to KFC at this rate. I'll tell you what, wasn't expecting Zinger to be in here, that's for sure. I did actually look at the teams. I saw Lethilion was down on the team for Turkey.
There have been some substitutes.
Yeah, so whether we have some changes, we'll see. Syric managing to get around the side. Nox getting taken down. That's a big kill straight away. He's got Pulse Bomb available as well, Syric. He doesn't think he looks like he needs it because the rest of France are just dropping like flies, and that was a very easy push and take from Turkey.
Yeah, so Turkey being very smart, actually, by backing away and not taking chip damage before coming in, they prevent France from having a lot of ultimates up that they could have used to maintain this point. Ground Surge is going to be used to close this one out. It's just going to be Alpha and Nicolo on the point trying to contest. Even Crew coming around onto McCree, who does have Deadeye up, but shouldn't really have an opportunity to use it.
No, indeed. That's going to be Turkey closing this one out. You can see it's just contested. They're just waiting to clear off the final points. The ice block there from May, trying to keep them at bay. Is going to have a shield in the corner as well, but the rest of Turkey will descend.
Ooh.
But now they're in this awkward spawn marathon where everybody relay races back in there. Now remember, Turkey have a long spawn run, but unfortunately not a lot of kills coming out from France here to keep them down. Deegan just around the side. He's an ice block. He's about to drop out back from this one. Alfred should be able to take him down. He's going to work it. There's going to be a Blizzard coming out. That's going to be a defensive Blizzard, and it may well work in their favor. Suddenly the kills start coming through. France push out, and there's only 2 members left in there. Syric has to back away, and it looks like France may have just hulled.
That Earthshatter and Nox was so big. It took, I think, 3 people down and actually forced Turkey to back off. Not to mention the Blizzard after, with D-Gun, able to zone the point off. They have held on to this one. The skin of their teeth, but Turkey, they have to be hyped up about that one because they're so close to finish this one off with a good amount of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's bought them so much time here. Just the fact that should have been done and dusted with almost a 6-minute timer. Now we're at 4 minutes and counting down. That's a great little sleep dart on Zinger there, trying to pin him out there. Almost screwed it up though. They went a little too aggressive. Alfred comes around the back. Syric gets taken down eventually there, but the rest of Turkey respond. Now they're going to be back in there. France got to realize they only have the smallest blip margins here. If they start getting picked off, they're in trouble. Mikolau though gets himself the kill on Lucio. He forces him down. Zinger has to respect the fact that he's not getting any kills here. He has to back away to safety, and the clock keeps on ticking down. 3:30 and counting, and France hold.
And oh wow, Nox is deep. He's gonna respawn back in, but it's worth it to pick up that kill because he has Earthshatter now again. Syric's trying to respawn though, and Crew's gonna have to respect this one. Already taken down to half HP, but France now with ultimates they have ready to go. Earthshatter, Pulse Bomb is a good amount of damage, good round control to Turkey. It just comes down to, can Rebellious hit a good Graviton Surge and pair that up with Syric with the Pulse Bomb. And Alpha has to be quick because he's the only one that can really prevent that instant burst damage.
Yeah, the Graviton Bomb combo, it is deadly. Zinger comes back around the side. The Fire Strike gets deflected back to Nox. Doesn't work out for him. Now you can see he's around the backside, catching a little glimpse of Crew there. A couple of shurikens in the butt. He's going to try and work it down, but now he has to try and think of their angle. While they're delaying, deliberating, they are just running the time down. 2:44 and counting. It's been 40+ seconds since their last attack, and they just don't seem to be looking for that opening. They haven't found it yet. They're trying to get a pick, and it's just not working.
They really want Crew on that Tracer, who's just being so annoying. Turk's been taken down below half HP quite a few times now, and even Zinger being focused down now by the Winston Mikkolo, but that's been the Graviton Surge coming through, and Alfred is just swinging away, looking for the kills.
Gonna take this point. It's going to work out. He switched across from the Winston. That was a great pick on Nox there. Does finally get himself the kill, but Deegan with the Blizzard once again working down, but there's going to be the Dragon Blade coming through. Zinger will catch himself 1 and 2, and that surely is all she wrote. They're going to get the Primal Rage. Winston coming in to try and buy as much time as he can. He's going to get Earth Shattered down, will finally get pinned out and finished, and that now has to be Turkey finally closing out 2 minutes later than they should have. It is not over yet because France's respawn are coming through, but they are lacking in damage right now. But Nox, he gets nano boosted through. He takes down Alfred, he takes down Zurich, and France hold once again.
He's looking for more, but I think his time has come. He's just have to back off here, and that charge at Alfred, I can't stress how important that was because he pulled Nox off the point, who was the only one that had a controlling CC, only one that had like an Earth Shatter or a Graviton Surge available to be used. But luckily for them, it didn't really matter. Turkey, they couldn't get the kills they needed to the last few seconds, and they used an Earth Shatter on a Mikkolo alone, which is a little bit questionable because they should have known Nox had Earth Shatter available. If you would have caught Nox with that one, that actually should have been the end of the point. It should have been end of the half. But now a minute left to go here for Turkey. Cyric's gonna have Pulse Bomb still up and ready to go. But I don't know what Turkey's gonna be able to do.
Oh, the Earth Shatter comes through. He gets pylon through. Nox does get taken down now. Rebellious doing work there. They finally managed to clear off that big tank once again. Now they need to deal with the Winston. Mikkolo gets taken down. The Pulse Bomb comes through. He'll get shielded off. The Nano Boost goes on to Alfred. Surely it's this time. Earth Shatter comes down. They managed to get that May. They can't get to him. He's in the corner. Now he's going to ice block himself up. He's buying so much separate time for Turkey right now. They're really struggling to close out this game. They hit that second marker so early on, but France are just keeping them at bay. This time, it looks like it's done. At last, Turkey will close it out, but by God, it should have been done at 4 minutes. And now there's only 36 seconds on that clock. What a difference France made there to hold them at bay. Incredible.
Yeah, Turkey, they have to put up a really good defense here if they want to be able to match that time, or at least prevent France from having a large amount of time bank to work with here. Turkey, let's see what they're going to go with on attack, or on defense, sorry. And it looks like, so they're switching Zinger and Cyric up. So they're going to have a Reaper, and they're going to have a May, but played by opposing players, when originally they had May on Zinger. And then France, couldn't tell you. I don't know what they have right now. All right, there we go. So a Mercy. So they're going for a Mercy on attack.
Mercy, maybe?
I was expecting the Ana again, because it works so well.
Are they going to do the Fire Mercy just to counter around the May? Because obviously May's become so big.
So Mikkolo, D-Gun, Alpha, Kitty, Nox, and Crew can all get over a May Ice Wall.
Yeah.
So if Turkey does land it, which you're seeing actually quite a few teams mess up on so far today, it's not going to mean anything. This is going to be hard for Turkey. I don't think they're going to expect this high mobility comp to come at them.
Yeah, everybody can get over the wall, basically. All 6 players. They've all have methods and means. Mobility, once again, is the key for France this time around. Turkey, well, it looking so good for them, wasn't it? Took them 2 minutes to take the first point, not a bad shout, and then they almost did it. Well, 6 minutes and counting, then at 4 minutes and counting, then at 2 minutes and counting, and finally, 36 seconds was all they managed to accomplish. Not the best, they're not going to be happy, and now they have a determined France looking to make it 2-0.
Yeah, Turkey are heavily banking on the May as well. Roadhog does some insane damage. If you hook someone in, then you wall the rest of the team off, then you have basically a guaranteed kill. But France is it's just not going to let that happen. I don't fully know how Alpha Cast is going to get over the wall, assuming they're just going to have him run in by himself and then proc the wall and everyone just joins in. But Turkey has to pick up kills. They need to take Crew out of the sky. As we're finally seeing the Fair Mercy that we wanted to see.
Yeah, we wondered when it was going to come out, and I guess this is probably the best chance as they come around the side there. Deegan, though, the hook is going to be all she wrote for the Genji, and that's going to delay things already. Bearing in mind, they are obviously looking at time barriers here. They have to finish off to start with, but they have to finish better than Turkey and give themselves a real good chance here of making it 2-0.
Yeah, they're probably going to push in soon here. They're not really waiting for the ultimates, I would assume. They're just waiting for people to actually not die and maybe wait for the hook to miss. There you go. Crew going straight in. Gets really deep. And he's looking for the supports most importantly.
Yeah, going to try and get around the side there. Spots a Genji, but gets hooked in. Doesn't manage to get the rocket to him, but Crew will get taken down. Is it enough, though, as the distraction comes through? You can see the Ana getting picked off of Hex there, but that's going to be all Turkey picking up kill after kill. Deegan trying his best to distract and react, and he gets around the side, gets himself the kill on towards that Roadhog there. Now manages to pull out the Dragon Blade, but instantly gets swatted down by the Zarya.
So either he's in a swap or he really just wanted to make a big play happen on stream. You had Kitty off to the side actually healing him up while he was fighting, and no one really kind of focused on Kitty until Deegan actually picked up that Roadhog. In the meantime, Turkey
switched.
They had a Roadhogs by, who was it? I don't remember who the Roadhog was now. Because they switched.
I think it was Cyric. I think he switched over to the Tracer. I don't remember.
Alright, so they're trying to go triple tank then.
Yeah, so Crew's getting around the side here. There's the mate, and he's going to work away. Zarya with the shield. That's going to be building up a decent charge. He manages to get himself the kill on Crew. Rebellious there. Working well so far. There's going to be a Blizzard. Kitty is not going to be able to hang on much longer there. He's going to get popped off. So far, so good for Turkey. Solid defensive hold. They're going to hold on a lot longer than France did.
Yeah, and the France lineup, it doesn't really have a super power spike when it comes to ultimates other than the Graviton Surge self-destruct combo, which you technically can block out if you're Mei and Reinhardt. So it's not super effective in terms of how if the fight keeps going on and on and on, the game keeps going longer and longer, they don't hit that big power spike that can give them the points. So they have to switch things up. They put Deegan on Tracer now, so no longer a Genji, and Deegan's dead. He's not having a good game so far.
Get in there.
Well, we'll see if they go straight around the side. Alfred's gone aggressive. Nano boost up. Is it going to be a mistake? No, it's not, because he gets Crew down. That's a big one. The Zarya getting picked off. Nobody got close to the point. And Turkey are buying themselves so much valid time here. 1:33 is all that remains on the clock for France right now. And with Makalau being picked off as well on the Winston, they only have the two ultis ready. Not a great deal else.
And this Graviton, like
Nox has switched.
If you're
Nox has
Turkey
switched
here,
over.
you Graviton Surge and you don't use any other ultimates. Then you save an Earth Shatter for the res. Assuming, well, they can't see what we can see, but that's ideally what you want to go with for their combo.
Well, they're going to try and get back around the side. You can see Rebellious. He's been doing a fantastic job on the Zarya this round. Gets himself a swift punch to the face, and it's Crew that's getting him dropped down to nothing, and he will get taken down by his opposite number. Deegan gets around the side, though. He gets himself a kill. Can they pick up more? Can they follow through? Nox making the change over to the Farah. He's managing to land the rockets. It's working out well for them at the moment. Alpha Cast is trying to beat them away. Mikalo picks up himself a double kill. Are we going to see a last-minute pickup here on the point? I don't know. Nox lands a shot. Cyric goes down, and now he works them down. This is a real problem suddenly for Turkey. They're losing members, and it's such a long run from the respawn. I think they might have just done it with 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Kitty's been having a rough game too. I mean, in that last fight, Kitty was hoping that everyone on the team would kind of die together, but it was just one man in the beginning. I think it was just Crew, and obviously couldn't go. You can, but you didn't want to go for the res there on that initial push. But now that means coming to the final area, as long as Kitty stays alive, France can afford to get wiped, as long as Kitty doesn't die and get that resin.
It was looking dangerous for a moment. That wall not really doing too many favors, actually. It blocked the initial straight charge through the middle there. Crew gets himself the sound barrier out from Alpha Cast. Is it going to be enough? They're not really landing the kills. Crew's going to get dismembered. Noxo from above, the barrage. It gets blocked, but not enough. Alfred goes down along with Cyric, but now it's this awkward problem because it's a delayed spawn. The Graviton Surge comes out from France. Is it going to get matched? Deegan gets himself a single kill. There's the ice block coming out from Mei. He will finally get dropped. And now they have to try and take the points out, but you can see it's going to get contested because it's going to be a spawn marathon coming through, and there's the Blizzard from
Turkey. Look
Turkey.
where Kitty is. She's not being challenged. She's getting so much healing off. She already had an ult off once. She's at 50% yet again. If Nox just stays alive here on the Pharah, funny enough, I didn't actually expect to say Nox on Pharah, then it's going to be hard to actually dislodge France from Capture's Point in the end because they're going to have res again. Look at him, 65% now. Nox is going to have barrage again for this fight. He's not being dealt with. No one on Turkey can deal with the air.
The thing is, while they're holding this point for a long time, that's the second barrage now coming out from Nox before he gets taken down. They've put nothing on the marker because they've not been able to hold it. Turkey have done such a good job at holding off this point. I don't think France are even going to get it this time around. You can see it's really not taking up. And Turkey have got such a good respawn run at the moment. They're actually picking up kills as well in the time that they come through. You can see they're causing themselves problems. France still got nothing so far because it's totally contested.
Yeah, but yeah, France isn't dying though, and they have the sound barrier of AlphaCast to keep them alive because they're waiting for Kitty to actually get back to the point here. They still are picking up kills. Rebellious is going to buy a hell of a long time. Not to mention the nano boosted Winston's almost impossible to kill at this rate, but France still have not lost on anyone. They're still fighting. Kitty's back back in the mix, and this is still going to be hard for Turkey to keep them off the point, though they're doing a good job so far.
The wall once again comes out from Zinger, gets himself ice blocked in the corner, less than ideal. Mikalau picks himself up the kill to get around the side. There's the sticky bomb, and there's another Blizzard coming out. Turkey once again, the second Blizzard. Is it enough to keep them at bay? They get back onto the point. Can they contest it? It takes such a long time here. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. It's counting down. They're giving themselves a real good chance here, Turkey. The barrage comes back out once again from Nox. Gets himself another couple of collections there. Just manages to force himself the Winston around the side. And now, still only the one marker picked up so far. There comes the Mei once again around the side. The Tracer causing the problems. Nox is doing a great job, by the way, here on the Farah.
He is, but Kitty has res yet again. That's a second soundbird of AlphaCast, who has not died in this fight. And that's been going on for, what, 2-3 minutes? So there's only 1 minute and 45 left on the clock here for France, so Turkey's done a great job of stalling, but can they hold them off even longer?
Well, it looks like they may well do. Out comes yet another Winston as they work it down. Gets himself the quick kill. Rebellious goes down. It's still staying contested. It's this dangerous problem where they keep it up.
Gosh.
Another Mei comes out round the side. He gets himself ice blocked. Turkey just doing a really good job at delaying things out here. The Blizzard gets thrown out from Zinger. That's the third one I've counted while this has been contested the entire time. They just keep on tipping it away. Now the sound barrier comes back out once again. It's another sound barrier from AlphaCast. There's been so many ultis being used here. The ice block will finally get cleared, and it's again Turkey that start to lose the counter here. They have to get back out and contest it before the second marker gets reached. But we're down to 1 minute already. I think it's going to get contested one last time, and Substorm comes around the side. Subsidium, is it going to be enough? The Primal Rage is running once again, Jason.
And Rebellious is going to buy a lot of time here. Kitty's still sitting on that res. France has not lost anyone in such a long time. Actually, France hasn't lost anyone, I think, in the last 2 minutes. But because of Turkey stalling for such a long time, they've been able to maintain this. Miklo has finally fallen. Kitty should use this res momentarily to get... Actually, no! They kill Kitty! Oh my god, Turkey can hold this! Kitty's gone down, they have no res!
They have no res, and they may have a lot of damage, but Deegan with the pulse bomb comes back around. Nox is still alive, still hovering with Crew and Deegan, trying to put some damage down, but as you say, it's a long old run from that respawn point. Deegan manages to get himself another. That's the Lucio going down. Nox has to back away. They have to respect it. They've held it. Only 17 seconds on the clock. They've got to get in. They've got to contest it because 36 seconds was what Turkey reached. They have to close out or it will be 1-1 and Turkey will even things up.
And Zinger's going to have his Blizzard to actually stall for some extra time on the point when they do finally get there. But France has so many ultimates ready. Kitty's going to have a chance to revive. I feel we're going for a long fight yet again if Kitty doesn't die.
Well, we're going to see if it's going to work out. There's going to be the Blizzard going down. They have to get in and contest it. Nox is forced away. Overtime is ticking. You can see, keep your eye on that burner. It will start going down faster and faster and faster. But the kills at the moment, they're going Turkey's way. They picked themselves up another kill around the side there. Siri gets another one down. The barrage comes down. He gets himself another. The res comes through. Is it enough for France, though? That's the question. Have they got enough to contest this one? Because they have no time on the board. Out comes another Mei. He gets himself around the side. Crew picks up a triple kill. Turkey, you're in trouble suddenly. The overtime will tick down so fast that Turkey won't have a chance to respawn. And France will finally close it out. My God, Jason Kaplan. These teams are so evenly matched. We're going to go the distance once again.
Pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm pretty sure France just fought for like 4 or 5 minutes straight.
Yeah, they had 4 minutes on the clock when they came in there.
If your face is this red, it was definitely for 4 or 5 minutes. Like, that was a ridiculous hold by Turkey. You can't even analyze that because it's just way too long. But
it's just chaos. But it's the dangerous mode of when you go in there and you only get like 1-2 kills, and then you get another kill, separate, and then you start this weird spawn relay,
like a
which
waterfall.
just delays it.
Just people keep coming. It's like one of those fountains. The water just keeps coming through.
It's like a lava lamp. It just keeps on giving.
Don't bring up lava lamps. Foot hurts whenever I think about a lava lamp. Yeah, Turkey, they ran so many stall heroes. You saw in that like 5-minute period, France lost like 1 person until like the final fight where they had to regroup and go back in again. They lost like 1 or 2 people. And that shows like Turkey wasn't picking up kills. What is happening here? Okay.
It's the sitter
mode. I wonder
mode.
if they'll notice him.
So it's the sitter mode.
I know, but where he is that is the point. But because like Turkey didn't really have a good comp for killing anyone, France really didn't die, but they couldn't kill them quick enough at the same time. So you get into this really weird situation where we're not dying, but we're not killing you quick enough, and this time that we had is gone.
Well, remember, it took both teams over 2 minutes to take it. It took France 3.5 minutes. It took Turkey 2. Let's see if anyone can hold out this time around. They're going a lot more aggressive, a lot more fast forward. Nox has already got himself a kill on the Hex there, and that's a problem for Turkey. There's going to be the wall. It doesn't do enough. It didn't block them off. Crew gets it around the side. Mikelau's picked up another kill. Subsodium and going down already. AlphaCast even gets himself a kill in there. That's going to be the Zarya picked off, and Turkey may well have lost his point already.
I think they're going to, not to mention France. I think even gets an extra 30 seconds of time once they do capture the point. Nox with a point-blank rocket to Cyric in the face. He lets them know this point's going to France's way. They're trying to stall, but the stall's not going to work out. And now France have a chance to capture their second point. There is an opportunity for them to pull this one off, and Turkey cannot afford to have another 5-minute battle on the second point.
Well, that is going to be the first one down. That's really all they needed. Now, 35 seconds is on the clock. They have to try and blast on through. Turkey, well, they've still got a minute 30 to do it themselves. Pulsebomb gets tossed out, doesn't catch on towards Nox there. Already backed away. Nox, by the way, doing a brilliant job on the 4-hour. Gets himself around the side. Then he's going to get the quick defense matrix in his face. He has lost Kitty around the side, so he's not going to pull him through. But the rest of the team go through. There's a Blizzard going down, and that will hold the point, surely.
13 seconds, so they have to make sure it's contested. Kitty does have res. AlphaCast has the support ultimate too. Nox actually, he used his barrage there and actually picked up one kill. Crew picks up a double. Don't tell me Turkey you can't hold this one. They're looking for Subsidian. If they can get this kill into him, they won't have a res. And there's only 3 people alive.
AlphaCast on the point. They're going to start contesting it. There's going to be the May. He gets blasted straight off it. Are they going to get themselves a first marker, or are we going to go through this crazy, chaotic moment once again? They've got themselves a really good kill chain here, France. They may actually be able to do it. They get themselves the Graviton Surge around the side. That gets himself the Reinhardt. Alfred going down. There's going to be the Diva. Is it enough? He tries to blast himself away. He tries to keep himself alive. He's contested it for as long as he can while his team comes out. The nano boost on the, I don't even know what it is. It's a May that's coming out the other side. It's just a big glowy blob for me at the moment. That's going to be the Zinger. Gets himself yet another Blizzard down. And they hold on. No, they got it. They got it.
Turkey held.
I just don't even right now. They held on. But my God. Okay. Jason, let's just calm down. Let's take a moment.
Calm. I don't know what you're saying.
Take a breather.
I want to show your face on camera.
Okay.
Let's get you like a mask for oxygen.
The thing is, right, we could be in this really weird situation because we were so close to having the draw on Hollywood. Like, very close. We could have a draw. We almost got a draw. We may well have a draw here on Hanamura. Okay.
So now Nox. I was going to say, Nox was on McCree. But let's let them actually lock in heroes before we do talk about this one. I'm assuming we're going to see a May to actually hold first point. Because if they hold first point, they win. If they lose first point, it's a minimum of a tie. And if they lose second point, they lose the map.
Such a strange contrasting camera work there. You got the Lucio hop skipping around. You got the frantic movement. And then you have a nice serene view of the side. And then we're back to a Lucio jumping around. And there's a nice serene view of Lucio's spray. Okay, camera guy, you've had your fun. You've had your fun. Let's get the hectic game underway. Turkey have 1 minute 36 seconds to pick themselves up, not only the first point, but the second, or we will see a draw. And that only will go in favor of France because they're already 1-0 up. Jason Kaplan, here we go.
And France have the triple tank, double support, and they got D-Gun on Mayan to help hold on. You can see Turkey going very quick again. This is the comp they used last time. That took a little bit of time to actually go in, but it successfully worked, I think, after the first attack onto the second. So they can jump into the point and contest there. D-Gun doesn't really have an opportunity to wall anyone off, and Miklo, he's actually switched last second to Reaper.
Well, Miklo, he got caught there as well. He just took a shuriken, so he's got to be careful. Zingerpore's the real problem here. He's got Zinger and Cyric both around the side, trying to catch him out there. And Miklo already down to half health. He's trying to tuck in the corner. He gets caught again with another shuriken. He needs a little heal blast. He finally gets it. Now Zinger tries to dash around the side. He's down to 90 health himself. Still no kills coming through. AlphaCast finally takes down Alfred. And now the problems start to arise for Turkey. With the big tank down, is there any front line to hold them off? No, because Deegan's picked himself up another kill. And now Zinger finds himself on the end of a very angry hammer from Reinhardt's Nox.
And the way France is defending this is you have a Reinhardt, you have a Zarya, you have a May, and you have a Reaper who are so good close combat. And they're forcing Turkey to fight them on this position where you have a Tracer who has low HP, 150. You got Genji with 200. They can easily burst these people down, and they just want Turkey to come to them. They want to skirmish on the point. And with 30 seconds left, they're going to have it. Turkey has to get onto this point now.
The nano-boosted Dragon Blade. Here we go. Zinger's got it. How's he going to be able to get himself a kill? He got Deegan down. The wall came in. Gets himself a second. Gets a reset. Gets a third. Can he get another? Dashes around the side. Will finally get dealt with, but no! Turkey have done it. They've capped out point number 1, and that is going to be enough for a draw with 12 seconds left on the clock. The nano boost works once again.
They have 30 seconds left now for Turkey. Yes, keep him in on the point. Don't be dumb. Oh, I was going to say, that's going to waste the game for you. Turkey have a second chance. They can capture the second point.
They're going to go quick.
And win. D-Gun's going to have Blizzard that's going to buy a lot of time. Miklo, he's going to have his Death Blossom soon, and there's a Gibraltar Surge ready for crew. So this should ideally be a hold that France can pull off, but anything can happen with what we've seen so far.
Alfred ready and waiting to go. Primal Ray's the only ulti they have. 17 seconds, they have to start contesting. As you mentioned, with the Graviton Surge, if they all clump up in this right-hand side, I got a feeling the Graviton Surge is going to be right in their face. But no, he's too far away. Crew's going to spot it around the side, but he's not going to get there in time. And now here we go. Contesting time. And they're going to see the Graviton Surge pulls a couple in, but it's not quite enough. Deegan manages to get himself the first kill. Remember, he has Blizzard. There he goes. Blizzard goes down. Cyric unfortunately went straight into it. Zinger's going to get caught out as well. Is it going to be enough to try and keep him alive? He manages to get out of there. Mikhail couldn't get the kill down in time. Overtime still ticking here. They're going to have a very short amount of time, remember, just like France did. Zinger going to get forced away, and Mikhail looks like he's done enough here with the shotguns, and France will hold. It's a draw, ladies and gentlemen, on Hanamura. 1-1 and 2-1 overall for France.
No, well, 1-0. They
Does it
draws
remain
count as
2-0?
Draws count as 0.
Are we doing that? I never know which way we're going with this.
That's what I was told from Blizzard, that draws count as 0s.
It's not a score draw, it's a ball draw.
Yeah, so after all that...
It was far from boring, though.
It was far from boring, but after all that hard work, neither team has anything to show for it, unfortunately.
So let's just recap. So Turkey, right, they took it in 2 minutes. We're going to have a Nox play the game. This is going to be one
good fair, though.
many barrages on the point at this time. This is an overtime, actually, so it was a big one for them. Turkey, at 6 minutes, were contesting the point. They went down to 4 minutes. They got cleared off the point somehow when it was just the tiniest little margin to cap it out. Then they got defended. And then, with just that one little third, that one little blip to go, it took them all the way down to 36 seconds. It's a kicker for them.
You could also say that it took France like 5-6 minutes to actually capture the point and be in overtime for like another minute. So, yeah, neither team had an easy game there, let's just say. But that does mean we're going to Gibraltar.
It means we're going to get a map number 3 at least.
That is true.
Number 4, sorry, I should say.
And we go to Gibraltar, where we technically can still have ties.
Yeah, Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Ties. It's just really difficult to do it.
Watchpoint Gibraltar, and it means we're going to get King's Row as well, which is the first time we're going to see it tonight. Ilios, the final map, if we need it, and maybe even if we get a decider, I believe it's Nepal.
So if we... Yeah, if
because
it plays out...
we could go to 2-2 now.
Yeah, if it plays out to 2-2, we go to Nepal, which I think is a best-of-3 decider to determine who wins the series and who goes to BlizzCon, most importantly.
Wow. So, okay, France look like they're going to be on the defensive side to begin with. Is that all right for you?
Don't need to touch anything.
That doesn't mean... Yeah,
I'm prepared.
That's good. That's good. That's good to see. So we just wait for the teams to obviously sort themselves out. They're probably going to want a little tinkle, a little run to the toilet break, a bio break, whatever you prefer to call it. It was a pretty long game there on Hanamura, as it tends to be.
I just say be right back, because I want people knowing what I'm doing.
Be right back. Well, you don't need to give them like the gory details of exactly
like,
what
I don't want to say bio
do.
break. I'm just going to be like, be right back. You know
most
people know what you're doing?
Most people know. Just getting a drink.
Yes.
Just getting a drink. That's the usual. Just getting a drink.
Yeah, okay. You're giving your toilet a drink. Oh, man.
Oh, well. Guys, in Twitch chat, where do you think this one's going to go? I know there's probably quite a few French fans out there. You may be watching the French cast as well. I know they obviously got it. There's a Turkish cast out there as well. Hello, I know you're watching our stream, which
he's
is
literally
weird.
watching us. Yeah, I can see him.
It's a little strange, yeah. Maybe he's having a discussion. Maybe he's thinking what we're doing, but hello. It's WTCN, isn't it, I believe?
NN, yeah.
Yeah, so... but yeah, I saw the Thilion was in the team, and I wondered whether it was the old League of Legends pro.
The way it works for people wondering, and this is what I was told, is that there is room for substitutes.
Right.
So if you need a new player, you have to let Blizzard know, and then they'll help you choose a player. You can't just choose anyone you want. And then that person permanently takes that player's spot.
That's it. You're okay.
Exactly. So if you can't play any of the matches, then you're basically replacing the team.
Right.
And that means you don't get to go to BlizzCon if your team does win. So that's how it kind of works out.
Right, right. I see. So I didn't know who was the sub. Maybe it was Subsidium. You see what I did there?
I mean, I can tell you in a second if you wanna wait.
Well, I can tell you because
let's test you. What's Turkey in German?
Well, Hex is there, Cyric's there, Subsidium's there, Alfred Zinger's there. So Rebellious is the sub. Bum.
Yeah.
Done.
I wanted to test your German knowledge. What's the German word for Turkey? Not the meat, the actual country.
I actually don't know. It's just Turkey, isn't it?
Turkey.
Turkey. Yeah,
German's weird.
But it's just with the I instead of the Y, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Turkey.
Yep.
So it's still the same.
We're hopping in the game.
So, Gibraltar, ladies and gentlemen. Watchpoint Gibraltar. Where are we going to go with this one? We've seen some pretty entertaining matches on here, especially the Finland-Benelux. That was an interesting one. Teams were both having a little bit of fun with that, but I think we're going to be a little bit serious on this one. France still holding the 1-0 lead.
Kitty. Oh, it wasn't Kitty this time.
Who was it?
I think they're actually
I'm going to blame ZP.
No, can't blame him.
I can't blame ZP.
He's doing observing at the moment. Everyone knows he's at Blizzard at the moment, helping with improving spec mode, which I think everyone is more than happy
I'm
to
going
see.
to blame Sliggy instead, then, because I know Sliggy. He's an Englishman.
I mean, okay.
Blame Sliggy. Sliggy, it's your fault.
I'm just not gonna
Actually,
blame anyone.
I didn't see who had the tick, so I didn't see who would have sent it to lobby.
Well, they were probably told to go back to lobby because of something.
I'm pretty sure it was, but I still can blame that guy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't stop.
Did you ever meet Sliggy?
No.
I think he's been over here. I think Sliggy's been.
I may have then, and I just didn't know it was him.
Used to be an
It's
observer.
like people wear badges on their name.
Used to
Like,
be
hey,
an
this is my
observer
alias.
for Counter-Strike. He's buddy of Henry G for many a year. Sliggy is. But anyway, that aside, France versus Turkey. Guys, what a game we have on our hands here. Cracking match so far. France definitely under the cosh here, as Turkey have been putting some pressure on them. While it says 1-0, it really doesn't set the score. Hollywood could quite easily have been a draw or very close to them to that manner. It wasn't for France. France were basically lost, and then they just had an amazing comeback on the defense on the first point, because we went to time back system, 54 seconds to a minute, which obviously turns into 1:14 because it's the transition. 1:14 to a minute. Solid stuff though. So France on the attack this time around. Is that correct? It is correct. They made a switch around. So maybe that was the switch?
Maybe.
That was what the switch.
Because you have to do like who loses then that map if it's a draw, right? And they're just supposed to pick the side.
I guess you carry on with the person that's 1-0 down.
Maybe Turkey tries to defend.
Maybe.
But speaking of defense, let's look at Turkey. They actually have Cyric playing over on Reaper, Zinger on Genji again. The rest of them sticking to the heroes that they know. Their Alfred's going to be on Zarya this time instead of Winston.
That's interesting. That's the first time Cyric's played Reaper instead of Traitor, isn't it? I think.
No. So him and Zinger did switch before. They ran the Reaper Genji before with like switching heroes, where Zinger was originally on the Reaper kind of thing.
303 again, once again from France. Yeah. We'll see how it works out as their payload will make its way through. It does mean, of course, with the triple tank, triple support, that everybody will follow the payload underneath. We're not going to have any flankers, anyone pushing around the side, and it means Turkey are going to go with the standard server room defensive setup. You can see Cyric trying to get the shots around the back, and they are going to get forced back. Cyric tries to dive amongst them. Is it going to be enough? Nobody's picking up a kill yet as Turkey try and force them back.
It's really hard to kill these tanks because they're just so beefy, and there's a lot of healing behind it with the AoE healing, not to mention Kitty gets a good biotic grenade off into the Iron Man team, but Cyric, yeah, you're not going anywhere here, son. You're gonna fall from this one, and actually this is gonna be a clean sweep. I think France are gonna get this point without really much contention. Yeah,
that was really nicely done from there. They all fell back as a coordinated team, which is something you wouldn't often see from a national team this early on. Of course, they played 4 actual matches, but I know certainly a lot of these teams have struggled to get the coordination going with the teams trying to pick up, especially the pro players that have got other engagements with their pro team. So at the moment, really nice fluid teamwork coming out. Mikolau once again landing another hook there. Cyric going down his opposite number, the Hogs. Hog on hog action, which is always the battle of whoever hooks first loses.
Yeah, and actually I like how you pointed out that a lot of these players have teams that they already play with, especially the Overwatch Open coming up soon. A lot of the teams actually have a lot of pressure on them to perform and to practice. But Zinger going in for one, looking for a second, gets hooked in, doesn't die immediately because of the nano boost, but eventually he will fall to the hammer of Nox, and that payload is still going to continue to move here. I don't really see Turkey stopping this at all.
No, the Earth Shatter comes through, catches another one. Cyric goes down. Subsidium being picked off the side. Nox missing the pin. Just managed to get him around the side, but it doesn't matter. Rebellious already gone down. And as you said, this shuttle bay has just nothing. They're through already. They're going to try and run and contest, but it ain't going to happen. They've already hit it. 5:56 on the clock in the final point. That is a massive, massive time for Turkey to try and hold on here. And the fact that Crew just got himself another kill on Hex, they're all too close. The hook comes in. That's Alfred going down. Sticky Bong on Mikolau tries to charge himself up, gets healed out. And you can see France, they're continuing to push. The payload's only got the one on it. That's all they need as they try and work it down. Zinger switching across to the Farah. He's trying to get him something different going on here for Turkey. But my God, they have a lot of work to do. Cyric gets picked off again. Crew doing some serious damage here. Mikolau really stepping it up as well on the the hog here this time around. The payload, you can see, it's already at the marker. It's already come around the corner. Crew's going to start getting aimed at. Zinger's got himself a barrage. He's going to try and pop around the back, gets the barrage on top of him. Deegan gets his transcendence off. Wasn't quite enough to save Crew. Nox gets the Earth Shatter down around the side. Not too sure exactly what he caught there, but it doesn't matter. The rest of his team are doing work. The payload has stopped primarily as Nox has to get back and get in there. The Mercy Res will come through from Subsidium, and Turkey will finally hold.
Yeah, they will hold, but it's coming a little bit too late here. 5 minutes left on the clock for France, though. I say that, but I look at Hanamura, and it took over 5 minutes for France to capture that second point. So don't really know which way they'll go at this rate, though France has a good couple ultimates ready to go. And Zinger on the fair. That's nice to see, a little bit of a change in them. Sarek back on Tracer, just trying to harass. You don't really have much area to work with as Tracer here in this area, but coming up around the corner, you're obviously going to have a little bit more.
The whole hog comes out. Mikalau gets pulled in. He's like, oh, Graviton surge into whole hog. I'll just mow you all down. And now the payload is in a real precarious situation for Turkey. It's going to push on through. Cyric doing what he can, but he's been picked off. The payload's going to get road to victory here for France. There's going to be 4 minutes on the clock. They're going to push on through, and that will be the time. 4:10. That is a big old time bank for France. And now Turkey have a lot of work to do.
Hey, I wonder if this is a map that Turkey's been able to practice. Like, we haven't seen much Gibraltar in general, though it was actually in the map pools coming into the group stages of this. So it's definitely a map that they should have been practicing, but at least France, they've been practicing it more because that just looked so one-sided. That triple, that 3-0-3, 3 tanks, 3 supports, completely overwhelming Turkey. And I wonder if they're actually going to adapt to it, or if they can adapt to it, can Turkey run that same kind of format? Problem is, switching comps like that in such a stage like this, when you haven't practiced it, is not ideal, and is very hard for even the best players out there, for even the pro players to pull off successfully.
So Turkey, real pressure on them now. Kings Row being the next map. Payload seems to be the better for France at the moment. Obviously, you know, Hollywood aside, very, very, very close game. Let's see how this one's going to work out, because that was a very good push from France. They really didn't get stopped. They went with the 3 supports. Let's see if Turkey are going to try and do the same. It looks like at the moment they're going to try and stick with a Tracer for Cyric. He's something he's played a lot of throughout, so not going to go with the triple support, just the double with the triple tank and the 1 single flanking Tracer. France, meanwhile, on the defensive setup, you can see on your screens, they've gone with the 3 tanks and 3 supports once again. And why not? Tried and tested. It works. And it's held them at bay.
Yeah, speaking of Sarek, actually, he's currently ranked 3,700, and he's got 83 hours on Tracer, 20 hours on McCree. So that kind of tells you who his best hero is.
Yeah.
And kind of also shows you almost a one-trick pony. I don't want to say it, because obviously 20 hours on McCree is still quite a bit, but he's kind of limited to Tracer in terms of what he's going to pick.
Absolutely. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Turkey on the attack.
Oh, he's going McCree. Okay.
Can
So there
they
you go.
match what France did? Yeah, just why not? Just totally pull out what we were expecting. Are we going to get to see a flank this time? So obviously we saw France. They just stuck with the payloads. Actually fairly unusual. You don't see it too often. You tend to see people going over the top, etc. And it just forced Turkey to drop down and fight on their terms, and it kind of backfired for them. Now you see Zinger trying to land one of those hooks. It was Mikalau that managed to land the big hook to start things off last time around.
Yeah, we'll get into exactly how the series works as well, because people are seeing 1-0 after 2 maps played and a little bit confused. We'll touch on that when we have time. Hex actually able to pick up a kill on a Mikalo. It's a nice initial start, and Zinger somehow has not died through all of this, and even another hook going to be coming through to pull Crew to his death. And Turkey.
That's a good start.
Yeah, it seems like they're not going to have problems either. They're going to push around this corner.
And that's going to be Kitty going down. Not a lot they can do. Deegan gets picked off. Zinger going off here. Managed to land kill after kill. So they're going to be hitting the shuttle bay in a quick time here. So Turkey looking pretty good. So going back to the score, of course, 1-0. It does mean it's because Hanamura was a draw. Both teams had a, well, just over a minute and 1:36, I think it was, on time bank in Hanamura, and it did mean that we ended up in a draw situation. But here we go as they push in the shuttle bay. Very aggressive stuff from France here, trying to catch them at the doorway.
And Kitty with that sleep dart actually might have just saved France this initial hold here. They've only lost on 1 man. Sicilian able to pick up a second kill though with Rebellious. He went ham. He definitely went ham in that last fight. And this payload's going to continue to move forward. In the meantime, France gonna back off, but they committed
They've lost the top.
Yeah, they committed their nano boost, they committed their transcendence, and they didn't really get much off of that. So they didn't get really any value off of popping those 2 big ultimates.
Crew's got the Graviton Surge still ready and waiting to go, and Nox can come in with the Earth Shatter, but You can see Alpha sat around the side, wants to get people ready. They're going to try and jump in. There's going to be the Graviton Surge. Is it going to be enough? Not a great deal of follow-on coming out from that. Transcendence will counter it immediately. Now Mikolau comes around the side. He's got whole hog ready and waiting to go. Manages to get the full hook into Rebellious there. He gets Graviton surged up, but no follow-up coming out from Alfred this time around. So kind of a wasted ulti there from the Turkish team. And Alfred will get caught out. So France will hold on to the payload just under the shuttle bay.
Yeah, Hex is going to fall from this one, or ideally should be able to fall, which is going to set them even on a longer respawn timer. But you pointed out correctly, like Alfred, Cyrix,
Way out of position.
He's got Deadeye, though.
It could work out.
I don't know if the payload's in a position, though, to make this work.
It's just under the shuttle wing.
This is, yeah, they need to push the payload up. So France, oh, they spotted him out. Cyrix, you're dead.
Yeah, at this point, well, I don't know whether he should try and join his team or whether he should just jump off and get around that way. But he's bought enough time to pull them away from the point at least. That fire strike just caught straight onto, I think it was Rebellious that actually caught and took him so low. And of course, that does mean the rest of the team are going to fall down. Nano boosted up Nox. He's having some fun with the hammer.
Yeah, 3.5 minutes left now for Turkey. France are putting up a really good defense in pretty much the hardest phase of this game, into the hangar phase. Turkey not really switching too much up, though. If anything, I would still like to see maybe a Winston and a Genji again. Or even like a Reaper in here, because France aren't really fighting on the high ground mostly. They've been fighting like on this middle area, which you can force them off of if you just come under if you push the payload a little bit further. But Reaper would do some really good work against Mikolau and Nox, and even Crew there if you can time it correctly.
Cyrix still has this Deadeye, of course. There's going to be the drop down. The Earthshatter didn't catch too many, but more importantly, he got the damage dealers, and that's kind of all he needed there. Deegan pops the Transcendence, maybe a little early. I didn't see how much damage was coming their way. Rebellious in the end gets taken down by Mikolau, and the payload continues to stay exactly where it is. Mikolau going off once again. He gets himself another, and the timer continues to count. Now remember, they're chasing a pretty hard time. France set 4:10 remaining in the time bank. That's a massive time, really, that Turkey are chasing. And getting caught up here in the shuttle bay is not doing them any favors.
I mean, it's a massive time bank, but if you can't finish the map, then that time bank means nothing for you. So Turkey have to complete this map, and Cyrix is actually going back to Tracer, so switching off McCree. Trying to go for the flank, and McCree didn't work out. Maybe playing a little bit too much Tracer, trying to go for flanks. And we'll see how it's actually going to pan out for them, but I don't know. They're running triple tank themselves, but they're only running 2 supports. Like they're trying to play a little bit adaptive. Singer, he's playing a tank instead of like his Reaper or his Genji, but I don't know. It hasn't really worked out too well for them here. And now France is going for another attack. They still have mana boost and they have Nox with Earthshatter.
Goes straight in there. They catch him around the side. Zinger down on the floor. He's going to get caught out as well. There's the nano boost coming down on Nox. Swinging away with the Graviton Surge. The Transcendence is countering just about as much as it can, but Subsident is going to get taken down as well. Hex gets off the side. He got the kill on Nox though. Did work out quite well. France suddenly lost 2 members. Now it's a fairly even trade between the two. There's going to be the Transcendence, but Zinger's got the hook. That's going to work out well. Hex is going to try and get away from this one. Kitty, sorry, is in trouble. He's going to get caught out, and the whole hog comes out, and Turkey can push on through.
The thing is, I want to point something out in that fight too, but we have to hold off on that one because Nox is still actually in the forefront. He still have Earthshatter ready to go. Crew gets charged into the wall as well, and that's going to be not subsidiary. That's going to be Rebellious getting the Earthshatter down onto 2 people, not to mention the counter charge out of Nox, but Nox has no HP. He uses Earthshatter in that fight, but he's still somehow alive. Finally, he's going to go down, and this payload, it's still being contested, but it's slowly moving every once in a while.
Alpha Cast gets the sound barrier down. It buys a bit of time for France, but you can see there's not a great deal of damage coming back because they'd already lost 2 of the big tanky frontmen. Mikolau comes through, but he's trying to bat them off. He gets Alfred down and gets out alive. The payload's still getting contested and forced back. It's not really made a great deal of difference despite Turkey coming out on top in that fight.
And this will be France actually holding. 45 seconds left to go here. Rebellion's just going to be overrun in a pulse while being thrown down by Cirque, who does actually pick off Alpha Cast. So not necessarily as one-sided a fight as we would have hoped for France, I guess. But Graviton Surge is going to be used, countered by Transcendence. So actually a good use of the Graviton Surge just to bait out the Transcendence. And now Turkey doesn't have that to use in the second fight, and they only have 20 seconds left to go.
They just lost Cyrix. That's not good. That's one of the damage dealers. Whole hog ready and waiting to keep them at bay. They're just about buying time here. The hook comes through. Rebellious is not going to survive that one. He gets taken down, and France look to be taking it 2-0 here on map number 3. Kings Row will follow this one, but it looks like they've held Gibraltar very much in favor of France. A solid attack and a solid hold. You've got to look back towards maybe the point as they moved into the hangar. France got very lucky with a couple of crucial ultis to come out on top. It's not quite done yet. The overtime ticking, but it does look like the kill feed is going in France's way. Earthshatter from Rebellious comes through. Can he get any kills off it? No. The rest of his team have unfortunately fell. and he will fall as he just blocks the shield for as long as he can. But there we are, 2-0. France go in the lead as we move through to King's Row. But Jason, moving back, you've got to look towards, especially from France's defense, it was looking like they might fall very quickly in the shuttle bay as they lost that fight at the doors, but then a couple of the sleep dart that came out was so crucial.
Yeah.
What else was it? It was the sleep dart, it was Deegan's Transcendence.
There's a lot of individual play, I think,
Yeah.
on France's side that was able to turn the tides of that second phase. I want to point something about Nox, though, in particular, that was actually really cool to see between him and Kitty. So what Nox would do was, or no, Kitty and Nox together. Kitty had Nano Boost ready to go, and Nox had Earth Shudder ready to go. But what happened was, Nox hits an Earth Shudder off, Kitty immediately Nano Boosts him, he runs in, picks up the kills, and by the end of the fight, which in that one I'm trying to refer to in particular, he had 86% ultimate again. So he just Earth Shudder in that fight, and he comes back to the next fight with 86% ult.
That's pretty
Because
big.
like the synergy of how Nano Boost works. So you wait for your Shatter to go off, then you do it. You don't Nano Boost, then Earth Shatter, and then, well, at least Earth Shatter towards the end of the fight. So you try to make the best of Nano Boost, and that's one of the reasons why Anna's so strong. But there we go, France 2-0. And now going into potentially the final map, King's Row.
Mikalau did really well as well in there. I
Yeah,
thought it very good
great
on the
hooks.
hog. It seemed to be very good on the hog. I think it just said 38 kills, 62% kill participation, if I can get my teeth in. King's Row next, though. So far, both payload maps, or hybrid payload, whichever you prefer to call them, have gone the way of France. Obviously, this being a hybrid map, you've got to give France now probably the favourites coming into this one.
Yeah, just well, and they won Hollywood. So that kind of gives you like the big
Only
sign.
just.
Yeah. Off the back of D-Gun and his Hanzo, who had some insane shots into that final attack. But yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to who defends first. King's Row is one of the easier maps to attack on in hybrid to capture the first point. It's going to take a hell of a lot for Team France to actually be able to maintain this one. But funny enough, Melty was one of the first teams, which D-Gun and Crew were both a part of, that were able to full hold on King's Row with a Symmetra. Don't think we're going to see it happen this time. It's a cool little history tidbit for you guys at home. And they will be defending first here for France.
Yeah, so
the pressure's really on Turkey. If you can't capture, then you basically just lost yourself the whole series.
Yeah,
and
you know you're in
to
trouble.
BlizzCon.
You know you're in trouble. Let's drop into the game, ladies and gentlemen, because King's Row is ready and waiting to go. We just need to make the switch. You're already on top of it. Look at that, how smooth you are with those buttons.
I'm really good with my fingers, apparently. Hitting all these buttons and all the switches I have to move up and down. Equal rights for Omnix.
Zenyatta, please. So,
I think it happened because of Monkiata, the man who got shot here by Widowmaker. I don't know, usually Mitch is like the lore nerd. I don't really know much about any of the lore. I know how Tracer came to be, and I know...
who's winning this game? Didn't quite catch it.
Always the Shaman. No, I don't know. That's Monkiata.